You are watching a master at work.
Expelled from our Silver Ninja Empire.
What have they done, Master?
A ninja must learn to face all difficulties in life and pass through all hard times.
Master, you did right. They should be banished.
I have also removed their ninjutsu. But since they have been born a ninja, they die a ninja.
What's going on, traders? Good morning, chat. Good morning. Say it back. Everybody was spamming good morning in Discord, and I usually don't do that, but that's fun. We might have to start doing the GM say it back, where everyone just spams the chat with good morning. So go ahead, start it out if you want to. I know we don't have everybody on here just yet, but good morning. It's Friday, man. It's a good Friday. It's September 12th. There's so much terribleness going on in the world. I don't know what else to do besides hop on here with you guys and try to spread some positivity, try to have some fun while we're clicking buttons like idiots behind the screen here. Before we jump into it, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm certainly not a financial advisor, and I definitely never provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do here or anywhere else is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions, read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, Bookmap, and others. What's pinned to the top of the chat right now, 50% off with code RDF at my preferred prop firm, Top 1 Futures. Markets are open and starting to move. Let's jump into it. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we might have to start doing that. Wolf, what's up? Don't F it up Friday is upon us. Do not F it up on Friday, guys. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, JB. Good morning, Alan. Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Gadesha. I'm so sorry. And I never know how to pronounce everybody's names. I butcher everybody. Try to get my last name. Dwayne, good morning. Scott, what's up? What's up, Wolf? What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Let's see if we got boys and girls on Kick as well. Welcome. Y'all on X. Welcome. Yes, it is Friday. Yes, we're going to be trading live here. Yes, we may or may not continue to give away prop firm accounts like madmen. Even though we got small channels and small followings, we're still giving back here. All right, guys. We got 50K accounts up for grabs. Instant funded accounts. No challenge, no activation fees. Been giving them out every damn day. Yesterday, the day before that. We're going to keep giving them out. That's my game plan. So let's take a look what we got rolling here on ES. Now that we got through some fun stuff here. We know what we're here for. We're here to see if we can make some damn money in these markets. Trade live with you guys. Get it done. What's up, guys? Yeah, chatting it up. All right. Yeah, heck of a day yesterday. It was a nice big bullish push. Getting short on that. Probably not my smartest trade, but I'm not the smartest guy in the world. Did a little bit of review yesterday. If you want to hop in the free Discord, I will throw the link to my 100% free Discord in there. I'm not going to break down the entire trade because I break it down in there and it's free. If you guys want to hop in there, you can do that. If you don't want to, you don't have to do anything. But there's the link to the 100% free Discord. No VIP, not a course, not a... I yap about prop firms. I yap about partners and stuff that I'm affiliated with. But no course, no mentorship, no hidden... I'm going to manage your money and make you $1 zillion and you can just hang out on the beach. That's just all scam stuff. But if you want to check out a little bit of a breakdown analysis on a deeper look on yesterday's short, also reviewing just a little bit of my trade management, looking for some potential adjustments on entries, just very small stuff, the iterative process that I try to use to continue to improve. Maybe you find that useful. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't have it all figured out. But I try to show you guys through years of experience doing what I do, how I try to improve, right? I'm a very harsh critique of myself, of my trades. I try to display that so maybe you can do the same. I don't think that a bunch of negative is going to come from you reviewing your trades, reviewing your performance in anything you're doing, whether it's trading, sports, whatever other profession, seeing where you can do a little bit better, what's working, right? Try to do a little bit more of that. What's not working, a little bit less. All right. Daily chart. Hella bullish. Hella bullish. That's my really technical, in-depth term. Very, very strong market. We got through CPI, PPI last week. We'll talk about what we have coming up at 10 a.m. Eastern. We have red folder news coming up in about 25 minutes. But this has just remained a very, very strong market, which, again, begs the question why I was getting short yesterday, although valid trade set up. Fading a really strong move. So this is, it's interesting to see if we're going to get some kind of correction today. I could certainly see, right, after larger bullish movements, obviously, if you just look at the chart, we do this. If you zoom out, it's a nice straight shot up, right? If you zoom out on a high time frame, you view market structure and price action, it's a very nice big bullish trend. As you zoom in, we have decent sized pullbacks, hundreds of points, over 100 points on many of these. Now, that's a very aggressive one right there. But even stuff like this in between to sweep down and, and trade 300 ticks lower, right? Could we do something like that today? Sure. Could we just continue blasting off through all-time highs and rip higher? Sure, definitely. The market just has not had sellers to show up to really take its foot off the gas at all. Little bit of consolidation, but continuing to move higher. So daily chart, big bullish candle. Just the way that I trade price action and market structure, I expect, volume points of control, prior highs, prior levels of structure. I expect that stuff to be tested, right? Retested on pullbacks, because that's traditionally what happens. But when you have a really, really strong trendy market like we've seen, that I've experienced a few times in my trading career and on FX pairs, it can just go, man. It can just keep going. And, you're looking for kind of what you would consider normalcy based on pattern recognition, and you just don't get it. The market just, doesn't pull back. It just continues to go. It grinds higher. So I think that's why all-time highs can be so tricky for some traders, including myself sometimes. But, if we take a look at this, we've got yesterday's low way down here, 50 points, over 50 points lower from price right now. Currently trading 65.89s, 89.25 in ES, which we're looking at here. This is Project X on Top One Futures. If you guys don't know what you're looking at, I'm copy trading a 7-pack of 150K straight to funded Sim Pro accounts. Same one that I've been working on for damn near ever. I'm losing my mind trading these accounts. We'll talk about that a little bit later in the session. But continuing analysis, I could see this doing any one of the three things that price can do during the day, right? Go up, go down, and kind of just chop around, right? I could certainly see a pullback, some relief from this buying pressure. If we get that, I think a reasonable target would be all the way back down to the 65.50s key level. If we move outside of this area of high volume, right, using the volume tools that I use, fixed range volume profile, which is a drawing tool that I've been drawing over every day. You can use session volume profile HD on TradingView, and this is visible range volume profile. Kind of use these in conjunction. Zoomed out on the 15-minute, higher time frame view before we drop down. We start to sell off. We start to get below overnight low. I think we're going to 65.50. Does that mean we don't put a big bullish bar in today? No. I'm not saying that I think we turn and sell off all of a sudden, it's all the way down, but I could assume maybe that we dip down here to the 65.50s, right? If we start to break, let's say the 75s, 70s, and we start to hold down here, just based on volume profile, I think there's some business to be done back at the 65.50s to reload potentially for a push to the upside. Could we be in for an even larger move to the downside? Sure. We have a ton of, again, I haven't talked too much about fixed range volume profile, but I'm just using the tools on my chart. We have a ton of areas of high volume that are untested based on, the pushes to the upside. Do we have to do it like I was saying at the beginning? No, we can just rip, man. Just continue going. No pullbacks, very little consolidation, and then just continuing to break out, a little dip down here to the 76, and, that's it. We're back off to go see 66.50 or something today. If we are going to push higher, so the opposite of that, right? Maybe we pull back. Maybe we go and see the 65.50s. What would I like to see for that? We could turn from up here, just not finding buyers at all. Not finding buyers at all. A sweep of overnight high and prior day high, and then some aggressive selling pressure. I could be interested in that back down to 65.50. It's really what I would like to see. Come up here, try it, buyers fail, start to come lower. If anything today, I could see being a little bit more patient for some continuation. Conversely, if we're going to move higher, right? Where would I be interested in buys? What would I like to see? Maybe a sweep of this overnight low level, this Asia-London low. We get that taken. We find buyers again down here around the 65.75, somewhere around this area. Or we do what we did yesterday where we dip down here in pre-market and then just start to blast off. I could try to find myself in long. I don't know that I'm buying a breakout today. Probably not. You get stuff like this, right, where we got short here. That was a very nice play. You get these early pushes to the upside. That could be dicey. If we found buyers on a pullback really aggressively, maybe after this 10 a.m. news and then started to crack back up, really strong CVD, I could see buys. I could definitely see buys. But I'm going to remain flexible today. Yesterday, very, very strong day. I can see us potentially chopping, right? We have Friday. We do have news coming up. I'll talk about that in a minute. But we had a lot of that movement yesterday, right? After CPI, PPI. Do we have to do anything crazy on a Friday here in the U.S. indices? I don't think so. It's been a very strong start to September, which is not traditionally what we see. September sometimes can be a lot of volatility, and some of that to the downside. Could be a little bit of hindsight bias just thinking about last year, but so far, very, very strong start. So anyway, that's my thought process. Staying flexible, interested in the recent levels, the areas of interest that I have in my chart, the objective stuff, overnight high, prior day high, overnight low. Below that, if I had to mark a level before prior week high and prior day low, it'd be into the 50s, right? Right into this area of high volume, right into this area of consolidation before we broke out yesterday. I think that could be interesting, even if we're not going to sell all the way off here, just this first area of high volume, of market structure, of price action, right? Area of interest. Nice round psychological number, right? 65.50. I could see that as an interesting spot to the downside as well. So let's go ahead and drop down to my 2 time frames here, my 1 minute and my 15 minute. Let's take a look and see if my levels are in the correct spots real quick, because Project X has not been putting them in the right spots for me. And then I'll check out you guys in chat. Actually, we'll look at news real quick, and then we'll yap. 65.76. Again, I'm a little bit now concerned about my levels not being in the right spot, about volume tools not being in the right spot. Project X is solid. I really, just my personal biased opinion, right? I like Project X. I like a trading view chart. I've noticed a handful of times now, levels not being in the right spot, not coming across if I'm running multiple time frames like this, and volume tools being jacked up. So quick double check. All right. News for today. We have prelim consumer sentiment, just to finish out the intro, right? How I get myself ready for the trading day. 10 a.m. prelim consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. That could send us, right? That could do what it did yesterday and continue to drive us higher. That comes in off. It could definitely start to send us lower, right? I think we could see a quick movement. I don't know that I want to YOLO anything here into 10 a.m. news. Looking at the more recent price action, right? We closed out all the way up near the highs yesterday, just getting a little bit of relief into the close. Really high volume area here below the 6600s, which we traded to the tick yesterday, right around the 65.90, 65.92s. We danced around there for a while. London opened up. We sold off, and we've since recovered. Came back above VWAP for pre-market, sold right back off to VWAP, and now we're sitting right here. So for me, not anything too exciting just yet, right? Just looking at this right off the bat. Get a little bit of measurement of volatility, just taking a look at some of this price action. Nothing crazy, right? We're not moving anything too fast. We really got to look to do anything nuts. It is quite big price action and market structure relative to yesterday. So coming into today, I did have that thought, hey, maybe I drop down to micros, widen out even more than I usually do, run something for a long grind to the upside or a big reversion to the downside. But we're just coming past the 9:45 a.m. Eastern time frame here, setting our first 15-minute opening range right here. Here's our opening 9:30 a.m. Not a whole lot so far. Not a whole lot. Pull back down to VWAP, and now just sitting there, really dead set at VWAP on ES. So interested to see if we start to sell off or push before the news. I think this one could get dicey today, guys. I think if you don't get in before the news, we could miss that good opportunity. But I'm just not a fan of picking a direction and sending it into news. I think if I had to, despite continuing to get smoked on shorts and making money on longs, I think if I had to, I would be short. Maybe I just have a short bias. Maybe I just have not traded in these really strong markets for long enough where, price action, market structure, we just don't return to key levels. We don't return to highs. Our pullbacks are very, very shallow. But I would expect today some kind of a pullback to clear out quite a bit of low volume, imbalance, people call it. Just a return to high volume, areas of high volume, prior day volume point of control, market structure, price action. But we don't have to do that. Definitely don't have to do that. We might not get that today. We might just chop around highs. Maybe next week we get some relief. We get a pullback to take everybody out before everybody gets long for a rate cut. It could be something like that. A lot of things can happen. But yeah, so that's my Yap Fest for this morning, guys. Gonna stay flexible. We're trading right at VWAP. I'm not looking to do anything crazy before 10 a.m. news. Again, if you missed it, we do have 10 a.m. High impact news. It's not a FOMC rate. It's not unemployment claims. Nothing crazy. But CPI and PPI definitely had some impact this week. Definitely had some impact. So I'd be cautious of this. Let me check financial juice real quick just to make sure. Yeah, we got Trump talking this morning. Some of the, just looking at financial juice as well, making sure we don't have anything too crazy coming out that I'm not aware of. We have stuff that jumps in all over the place. What are they saying here? Amazon and Google probed by FTC over search advertising. They saw some big drops this morning. Just looking at big red folder stuff, high impact stuff. Did they do anything crazy? No, they look pretty flat. I don't know why that's a big note on financial juice, but anyway, pretty flat so far for the percent day change. Obviously, looking at the U.S. indices, we're pretty close to the open here. Just a little bit down in ES, a little bit up in NQ, a little bit down in YM. YM looking very much weaker, much weaker. Starting to sell off a little bit. So stay patient. That's my game plan this morning. Not doing anything crazy. Don't F it up, man. Don't F it up Friday. It's a great reminder. Wolf comes in and says it every time. I like to say it. Friday is the day, if I had to say any day, where I see traders slip on risk management, blow accounts, just do something crazy out of pocket. Maybe it's fatigue. Maybe it's you didn't make the progress that you wanted to at the beginning of the week, so you're going to try to make it all up on Friday. Try not to do that. It really, first off, it's not good trading. It's just, you shouldn't do that on any day of the week, but it's even more painful on a Friday when you just you blow accounts going right into the weekend and you have to sit with that. So, don't F it up. Don't F it up on Friday. That's the thought process. But what's up in the chat, guys? What's going on? Wolf made $200 on the NQ drop. Nice. Very nice. Big ass 2-minute dojo on NQ. Didn't have a lot of hope for the upside. Nice. You guys chatting it up. Very cool. Very cool. Appreciate y'all hopping on as always. Feel free, smash like, smash subscribe. Like we talk about later on, we maybe will get some giveaways running. I don't know. I've had a lot of fun with you guys. We've ran a lot of duck races. We've got a lot of people funded this week. We're giving out accounts every single day on these dang live streams right now. It's awesome. Shout out Top One Futures. Shout out to anybody that supports the stream. And shout out you guys for being here. But if you get some value out of it, you enjoy hanging out, feel free, hit like, hit subscribe. Whoa, why is my face so dang big? Let me tone that back. There we go. See a little bit more of that chart, a little bit more of the price. Let's see. Why do I keep getting this message? What is going on? Yo, all right, before this news, be back in 2 seconds, guys. I got to check something with my connection. I don't know why I'm getting a little note. Be right back. I'm not expecting to go anywhere, but if anything happens, I'm coming back on stream, but I'm not planning to go anywhere. Be right back, guys. Back in action. I think we're good. Interesting. Let's see. Oh, at least you got on NQ. Guys, we're looking for YM. Yeah, YM's interesting. Wanted to short the YM pre-market about 46. Yeah, YM's interesting, man. I used to trade YM quite a bit. If you go back through, back when I was on Top Step TV, I was trading the Dow a lot. I traded US 30 the most before I came over to futures, and YM can be pretty interesting, man. It has these very aggressive, large movements. I like it. If you trade momentum, it's a pretty cool instrument to trade, like scalping. But I like it for swing trading, for larger holds, right? If I wasn't trading ES, I'd be trading Dow. I can't make NQ. I can't keep my heart palpitations normally on NQ. It's just too aggressive. But YM's really cool. Really respects levels of structure. Has these larger movements. And I think if you are somebody that really likes to hold on to trades, to enter around zones, it could provide really nice risk to reward. Once it starts to go, the thing goes. I will say one note on it is it kind of lives in its own world. It's not. There's Brian. We're talking YM, Brian. Yeah. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys are talking about it so much, and we're talking about trading it so much. I was honestly thinking about it this week, and I was looking at it a little bit more because there's this interesting dynamic with prop firms, right? Where you got to be cautious trading the same instruments at the same times, or you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of trading the same instrument at the same time, right? For example, I have multiple sets of accounts with Top One Futures, right? And I trade, I want to just trade one instrument, right? But you got to be cautious doing that because you're not allowed to copy trade. Not allowed to copy trade across account types. And if it looks like you're attempting to copy trade across account types, that's a problem, right? I think they hear you out for the most part. But it could be also interesting for swing trading in a live account, right? I'm doing more stuff in a live account, and obviously I have my investment brokerage stuff. It becomes a little bit difficult to manage, at least for me, so many dang different accounts, like so many prop accounts and live accounts. And how I try to deal with that is just zooming out and having wider hold trades, like set it and forget it type stuff. I think YM can be great for that, for me, potentially, for both of those reasons. So not a lot of people like YM. Brian kills it. Brian, what's up, dude? Brian absolutely kills it. What's up, Divine? Reactions, what's happening? Good morning, Rhombus. What's going on? Happy Friday to you guys. Good Friday to you guys. It's Brian for a short. Yeah, so I've been thinking about it. I've honestly been thinking about it. Again, I traded a lot in the past. If you look at my video series on Top One Futures, straight from their site, I'm talking about YM. I'm talking about an opening trade on YM specifically, back to VWAP type trade. So I've thought about it quite a bit. I really, really like to stay hyper focused on one thing. It's just my preference, and I do that with ES. I think it helps you become a master of one instrument. You really get a good feel for it. And so if I swap to something else, I usually hyper focus on that. I like to know all throughout the day what price level is trading, what price action market structure looked like yesterday, the day before that. And I'm really able to remember that on one instrument. So, but for a couple of reasons, I'm looking at YM again. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. I'm also interested what the risk structure looks like on YM with minis these days compared to NQ and ES. I think that could be interesting for trading prop accounts and live accounts. So we shall see. But yeah, the other piece I was going to say is it lives in its own world. How you doing, man? Just jumped on. Good, man. Good. I think YM, and maybe Brian can comment on this. You guys that trade it, Wolf, you trade it. Some of you guys trade it. It seems to live in its own world. So if you use correlations, if you're looking at the market in general, if you zoom way out, right, I think it would be uncommon on a very high time frame trend for the Dow Jones Industrial to be like on a sharp decline and ES and S&P 500 and, NQ, NASDAQ be pushing to the upside. But intraday, there's a lot of divergence between them. Like NQ and ES often open up to the upside, pushing up, and YM is just dumping, like tanking. So I think that can be an interesting thing to deal with. Brian, the YM master, trade 20 micros YM, negligible commission. That helps. Take partials along the way. Nice, yeah. So here we go. Retest of VWAP here. Talking about different instruments. I'm waiting for this news, guys. If that's not obvious, I'm waiting for this 10 a.m. news to come out. We got red folder news popping up, coming out here in about 2 minutes. About 2 minutes. So I'd be cautious there. I am going to wait for that to drop. If you have an indication of one thing happening over the other, you're super bullish, super bearish, sending it before news could be something that you want to do. But I'm gonna look for trades after. I'd like to see two things. One of two things that would set me up for something. We pull something like this, like really aggressively. We get a wick up here to overnight high, maybe prior day high, and we aggressively start to turn to the downside. We've got quite a bit of liquidity up there at the 6600s. Haven't talked about Bookmap all morning. We start to aggressively, crack to the upside and then push right back down. I could potentially see this for a short. If we just rip to the downside, I really don't have a good trade on that. Same thing in the opposite direction, though. We get a wick lower that gets bought right back up, kind of like what we saw yesterday on news, right? We get something like this. That could be an indication that we are ready to go. So I'm interested to see how this news prints. And if we get one of those, couple minutes or a minute in one direction really aggressively, and then the opposite side steps in very aggressively, I think that could be interesting. But right now, looking at Bookmap, we got about 279 on the book, right up here, 6,600, a little bit above that. Down below, 65.85, right back down around VWAP. And then it's not terribly thin either way. We got liquidity a couple hundred up at 66.20s. We got liquidity to the downside. If we start to sell off, there's plenty through the 65.60s all the way down to the 50s, the 37.50s, 35s have quite a few orders on them. So this could be interesting if we start to go in one direction. Pretty flat on CBD. I have mine green 1400. Start my Bookmap before usually into like the 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'm starting it, and it loads about an hour of data. All right, let's see. Bookmap is dark. News is printing. Quick wick lower. Let's see where we go from here. Let's see. My indicated trade NQ is the YM. I also trade YM is NQ. One goes up, the other goes down. ES usually remarkably remains in the middle, unable to decide which way to go. There you go. Hey, Scott, I've definitely traded, definitely tamed her, but not always easy. Yesterday was an example. I had to accept the fact that I had no long entry to catch the long move and not get suckered into shorting. Guys, can't remember if I asked yesterday, does anyone know if Bookmap works on Android? Rhombus, I don't know if Bookmap works at all on mobile. I don't have a mobile app or a way to view it on my phone for iOS. Only the desktop app for me. But maybe somebody else has messed with that. I think I missed a longer question, though. No, maybe I didn't miss anything. I've had 2 weeks of green. Nice. Today, I defend, so I don't have to place a trade. That's a win for me. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, guys, it's Don't F It Up Friday. It's Don't F It Up Friday. Take it easy. Big week. Pushing to the upside, right? We got quite a bit coming next week with the FOMC rate. Could be choppy ahead of that. We could see some positioning, but like we talk about, I don't know. Maybe it's just coincidence. I see so many traders blow it on Friday. Even when people send me like, screenshots of things, like TradeZella or whatever, Friday is always jacked up, man. Always jacked up. So I think it's a W if you're a little bit more patient, a little bit more cautious, you just chill out a little bit. Same thing with Monday. A lot of people struggle with Mondays. They're just too anxious. They're too jacked up. They come in too hot, and they jack up risk management and entries and execution. So, take it easy. Take it easy. There's nothing wrong with going no trade today. Especially if you're green, right? You had a green week, like all good. Just take it easy. You obviously, just to build on that, you want to get to a point where you can show up and trade, the same every day. So you don't miss opportunities. You don't take yourself out of, good trading opportunities when the market's moving and your setup's there. But if you notice some kind of pattern, act accordingly. I had 2 weeks of green. We were talking about that. I love Project X because it works perfectly on Android. Yeah, Project X is sweet. Project X works on Android and iOS very smoothly. I've been using only Android for about 4 or 5 years. Works better than any Windows Mac setup. Nice. Yeah, I'm an iOS guy myself. Apple stuff for me just seems to work, and when it doesn't, I call them up and I go, "Hey, it's not working." I have I just go right to the store. I say, "Hey, this doesn't work. I pay you for an insurance policy. Fix it now," and they do. It's usually pretty solid. So, but that's just my experience. Maybe you have experience. I don't know. Mac stuff just seems, knock on wood, seems to work really well. I usually get the newer stuff. I upgrade before it gets too old. It's pricey, it's expensive, it's not as customizable and all this type of stuff, but it just seems to work. There's a lot of reliability. And then when it doesn't, AppleCare, their team is really solid. All right, let's see. Yeah, I'm Zach, my brother for Apple products. Yeah, I got Apple everything. Like, yeah, there's 2 iPhones sitting next to me. It's a MacBook Pro, the AirPods, the iPad, the Apple Watch Ultra that I run with, pretty much everything. I do enjoy it. Again, pricey, like arguably overpriced. All of the other stuff, claims to be able to do the same stuff. But after the last PC laptop that I had, that would just get viruses and crash and do all this ridiculousness, I just never went back after a MacBook Pro. Anyway, we got sidetracked. On the ESS, Jay and RV, what's up, man? On the ESS, on the Ignite, I am effed. Took a big L yesterday, oversized, my fault, but damn. Yeah, man. So, yeah. It kills you with the consistency score also. I was thinking about this yesterday, right? Even if you don't have an equity stability score and you're trading with Top One or any other firm with a consistency score, right? 20%. If you have a really big losing day, you still have to recover that, and you can't recover it all in one day. So you really got to watch your downside in all of these accounts, man. In all of these accounts. That's important. It's a tough decision when you are down in one of them to decide to keep trading or try to keep trading. But what I would do, I think where it's solved is on the front end, guys. And then here we go. I'll give you the rant real quick. Use the risk parameters, please. My brothers and sisters in Christ, please. If you struggle at all with tilt, with oversizing, over-leveraging, having outsized winning or losing days, you have a tool in front of you to solve that problem, right? It won't solve it for you in a live account. It won't fix it for you when you don't have that tool, but it can help you build the right habits. Personal daily loss limit, personal daily profit target. Set it to liquidate and lock you out, and lock it every single day. And you physically, unless you somehow find a way to hack back in and change it, you can't have an outsized losing day or winning day. Use the tools. Use the damn tools, right? I locked myself out yesterday manually just to kind of display it. I don't have them set on my on my chart. because I was born and raised without it. I unfortunately had to learn by trial by fire in live accounts what happens when you keep trading and you go on tilt and you oversize and you over leverage. But, you know, maybe you're at a point where you don't have to do that, or you just don't even want to mess with it. Just use it. Just use it, man. You know, unless you want to risk the whole account, which you can do, right? If you are aggressive and, you know, you have reasons for doing that, just set it. Just set it, man. You know, do the math on the front end. How much do you want to make? When do you want to take a profit? Whatever. What is your consistency rule? What is the equity stability score? Do the math on the front end. Set it and forget it. That's it. It's the best tool. You know what's crazy? That prop firms are starting to talk about. Not just because, not just from the one main firm that made a lot of these claims, which were very skewed, in my humble opinion. Not to go too far into it. Because if you have way more people using one platform than everything else, obviously payouts are going to be higher from one platform than the other platform. But now we're starting to get some data in general relative to the other platforms. Project X is getting people paid out more than any other platform. I can only assume that's from one thing, not the user interface or the lack of tools that it has, but from the profit target and daily loss limit, the ability to set that and liquidate and lock yourself out, the lockout feature. I have to assume. I think we're going to see a lot more stats as more firms offer both, right? Like we see more firms adding Project X. We know Tradeovate Ninja is coming to Top 1 Futures very soon, hopefully very, very, very soon. Tradeovate is coming. So we're going to be able to see, right? They're going to hopefully give some data on that. But use those tools, man. Use them for sure. Talking about Apple, yeah, definitely Apple. Someone asked, how do you enter the giveaway? We're going to be giving out an account here, guys, in a little bit. Ignite 50K account. That's probably going to be the one that's going to get given away. I don't know. But you got to hang out. You got to hang out on the live stream. Random days, random times. Form drops in the chat. You guys fill it out. No purchase necessary. You got a chance to win an instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. But so far, pushing to the upside, man. Looking kind of bullish here. Chat. And I'm interested to see if we start to go. These 6600s are a level that I would be looking to trade right towards. That could be interesting. I'm not going to jump in on a breakout here. We could just be in for this slow drift higher. We just start to go, kind of like yesterday. Market's just so damn strong. This is interesting. Yeah, man, continuing to push to the upside. Not a super strong CVD. I don't know that I want to fade this again like I did yesterday. I don't. I really don't want to. I'm gonna sit patient on this, guys. I'm gonna make it don't F it up Friday for me today also, and I'm gonna sit patient on this. We got good conversation. Market's gonna be moving all day. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy off the open. 10 a.m. We're past that news by 10 minutes. Quick wick down here to volume and then pushing back up. I'm not sold on this that we go here just yet. Interested to see what happens if we get back down around the 85s where we got some liquidity there, but I don't think that I'm ready for a long here. Not ready for anything. This doesn't look super exciting to me at all. Just consolidating up here around the high from yesterday. I think, honestly, the opportunity is both ways today, right? It's Friday. Could get that slow grind right into the weekend. Nice, another green candle that prints. Takes all day, just very slowly chops to the upside. Or we could see that really aggressive reversion. We could see a really quick movement, in my opinion, through areas of low volume, right back down towards, that prior week high. I don't know that I would target past like the 550s, but I think that could be in play for today also, if we do start to move lower. But so far, nothing crazy on this for me. I'm going to sit patient. Let's see. We were talking about a couple things. What's up, chat? If you have a duck race, give me the fast duck. Yeah. We might do some duck races. Picked up one of those accounts already. We got some volatility here. Much thanks, Zach. Absolutely. Thank you guys. Yep. Good decision. Still inside the 15-minute opening range. If NQ takes all-time highs, then we can target London low, hopefully. Yep. Look for a sweep of the highs and then a return back towards Asia London lows. Yeah, I don't know. Again, like, if you said you have to pick like what's going to happen today. Chop, up or down. In this order, I'd go choppy, settling somewhere up here around the highs, maybe a little bit below. I'd go choppy first, sweeping highs back and forth. Second, I don't know why I stay on Team Bear. It does not pay me, but it'd be a sell-off down towards 65.50s. And then third would be the push to the upside. I think if it comes, I think it's going to be slow, grindy type of day. We just don't have a lot more news unless there's something else that happens, but we don't just have a big catalyst. That was our 10 a.m. news. We didn't get much of a reaction. Here we are right back down at VWAP. You know, if we pick a direction, do we like all of a sudden blast off in one direction? We don't have a ton of volume building or anything like that. So I don't think so. But that's what I would go with. Choppy first. And again, it's just context, right? My subjective interpretation of everything that I used to trade. A turn to the downside, aggressively if we are in fact going to pull back a little bit. But I don't know that we do that either, man. I think this just could turn into a choppy, kind of difficult to trade day. So for those reasons, right, if that's my interpretation so far, I'm going to stay patient. Stay patient, look for a good opportunity to structure risk. Hey, if you're looking for the long trade, here's another opportunity off VWAP. I said this yesterday and I didn't take it. Not taking it today either. But there's been plenty of buying opportunities off VWAP. Just buy VWAP essentially in an uptrend, or sell VWAP in a downtrend. We talked about it really clearly, and it was the low of that point of the session before we blasted off. That was a little bit different, right? After a whole bunch of news, had some volatility off the open, and then we really started to push. Let's see. We're going to come back down through VWAP here. Go check out overnight low. 85s have 172, 171 on the book. Let's see. That's getting a little wiggly here, chat. Yeah, this is pretty slow moving. It's not very volatile. Yeah, man, a little bit more of a wick up here. Like I said, maybe taking out overnight high or trading to the 6600s again and then just rejecting. I would be really inclined in a short. Really interested in a short, not really inclined. That doesn't make sense. I would be inclined to take a short. But that's kind of what I'm looking at here down at VWAP. If we start to come through this pretty aggressively, I think we could see some continuation here. Conversely, if we just blast off from VWAP again, it may look like a buying opportunity. So could have something coming up here, chat. Not going to look to do anything too crazy. Like I said, could be very choppy. Could be a difficult to trade day. ES says around 305 contracts sitting. 6,600. Yeah, it's quite a bit up there. I see 277 right at 6,600. Yeah, again, that's I would have liked to see that like taken out first, but I don't know. I think if we start to climb, we break to the upside, we're going to see like 6620s or something today. That's my assumption. If we start to break out, I think we're headed to the upside. Another 30 so points. I don't know that we just hang out right there. But so far, I kind of like this short, guys. Call me crazy, but am I gonna short this market again today? Do I have to do this? That's what's lining up for me. This is showing some weakness, man. CVD dropping off. I think I gotta do it, guys. Oh, chat. Chatty chat. Eyeballing a short here. Yeah, I'd actually like to size up on this a little bit without increasing risk, and I think 2 is going to be too heavy. I'm going to go to micros, guys. I'm going to go to micros so I can trade 15. Yeah, cuz that's too wide. Calling an audible here. And I'm going to look to trade the MES. Let me just see something here. Is VWAP in the exact same spot? Just so I know what I'm looking at. This is like a little bit slower moving of a day, and I'd like to size up a little bit in order to get my stop loss in an area that I think is appropriate. So now we're looking at an unmarked chart on micro ES, but I'm able to get that additional half of a mini, right? 1 maybe is too small, 2 is maybe a little bit too big, 15 is the sweet spot. So that's what I'm looking at right now. So eyeballing a short, I don't know that we go and test the 6600s. If we do, and we break it, I think I'm dead wrong. I just want to see what happens here off of VWAP again. Nah, I think this is looking weak. Unless we go run right through the 6500s, I think we find some sellers right here. I'm gonna try this, guys. I'm gonna try this from up here.
Order filled.
I'm gonna try this from up here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get short. Like I just said, I'm trading 15 micro ES here as opposed to 1 or 2 minis, just because I want the flexibility on this. I don't need to stop much wider than this point right here, and I don't want it that tight. I don't want it right at 6,600. I just want it past. So I'm gonna be wrong past 6,600. That's what I'm looking at on this trade. We crack 6,600 and we continue to move to the upside. I'm dead wrong. I think we're moving to the upside and we are not going to reject here. This is a pretty weak CVD. We did bounce off of VWAP here. I'm taking it high off this bounce, but this is to me showing some weakness. We got quite a few orders now down below. We got that overnight low level that's not tested. I'm looking for a move to the downside. It's not a crazy from the extreme mean reversion trade. It is counter again to the wildly strong overall trend, and I try to take my setups as they come. I've really struggled with shorts, and I continue to take them, but I'm planning some review this week, and if I continue to look at my data and just see the same thing over and over again, I'm eventually just going to become a perma bull. But I'm getting short on this one. I'm getting short 59.92 and a half. Stops at 66.05 and 3/4. About a 13.25 point stop on this one. That's my play. Sticking to it. Yeah, I don't know. We're fixing to find out. I think we either see a gnarly rejection today, some pullback down, or we just grind higher. So I'm going for that. Going for that cliff. Going for the cliff. Going for the pullback, and not going for that grind higher. Sorry, just reading some messages. You guys are chatting it up in my Discord, so I was trying to figure out what's up. Let's see. Sorry, guys, I got to kill Discord here. All right, let's not do that. Take the short button off. Yeah, dude. Listen, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now. If I take another L today, on this short specifically, we don't get any. Brian C says take the short button off. If I take an L on this one, it will. The skew is just so insanely heavy. I will really, really have to review and try to understand how and find a way to look for more longs and avoid more shorts. I recognize we're on the U.S. indices here, and we traditionally trend to the upside, right? We probably want to be long more than we want to be short, especially in nice, strong uptrends. I have a style of trading that is discretionary based on price action, market structure, volume that I utilize that does well for me. But I try to trust the data, right? And I look at my review, and I don't just look at my execution, right, or my trade management, but I also have to look at things like win rate based on direction or win rate based on hold time, right? Or based on sizing and stop loss sizing, right? There's one that stood out to me for quite a while that I today am not that I am again not not taking into account, which I'm happy to talk about, which is win rate based on direction. It's something that I think I'm gonna have to learn the hard way again, maybe today. But I'll have to see. I do well trading, both directions in general. But as of recent, and I think for obvious reasons, right? If you said, hey, what happened during the crash of COVID when you were long most of the time, you probably didn't do too well. If you say, hey, what happened during, Trump coming into office when we were just ripping to the upside day over day and you were short all the time, probably didn't do so well, right? My win rate on shorts versus longs is there's a skew. And there really shouldn't be, right? If you are trading in a way, there shouldn't be too much of a crazy discrepancy there. If there is, you got to ask yourself, are you carrying a short bias? Are you taking way more shorts than longs? Are you doing something way differently on shorts versus longs? Or are you just, trading against the trend primarily because we're moving to the upside and that is, translating through to lower time frames? I've felt, my data really still doesn't support it. I've felt that I've got more cautious. I've felt that I've taken more longs. Yesterday was an example of a really aggressive one that I could look for off of VWAP that I've talked about, but I'm reading the tools in front of me. And this is just not a long setup for me. It's just not. It's not a long from down here with a stop loss right here or even right here. It's just not an ideal risk to reward for me, and I don't have the tools lining up that I need, which would be price action, market structure, volume, from higher time frame to lower time frame, and order flow. So if I have to take another L, I'll take an L, right? I'll analyze in large sample sizes what I'm doing and my results based on it, and go from there. But yeah, there may be a time where that short button's coming off. Take the short button off was Brian's comment. Brainwash the same, but Brian, we're Team Bear. 80% chance prior day high or prior day low. Prior day high or prior day low gets tagged on ES. So hey, your stop placement is spot on in knowing if you're wrong. Yeah, right. We're past. Is that for just 80% of the time we take prior day high and prior day low, Brian, and we don't have an inside bar? Because I know you're the stats man, and I haven't been working with Edgeful. I'm interested to hear what that is. I think that's what you mean. 80% of the time prior day high or prior day low gets tagged on ES. So let's say 8 out of 10 days we do not stay inside completely. But let me know if I'm reading that one correctly. I think we should be Team Bear. We'll see. Team Bull for the most part in the U.S. indices. Another day of choppiness. I can smell that. Yeah. Yep. Teach my son all this stuff. I cannot place a trade yet. Interesting. Invert your chart. Inverting will make a bear look like a bull. Yeah. Yep. That's a good one. It's a good one, trader. Doing good. I'm taking that to doctor's office. Sorry to hear that. Hope your father's doing okay. It's okay. Just get nice. When you open inside of the previous day, regular trading hours, New York range. Okay. So if we open inside of the previous day's regular trading hours range, so New York range, we have an 80% chance of breaking the high or the low, rather than obviously if we are or have already broken the high or the low, right? Why do people invert charts? Never understood. If we did, I need shots for every 6 shots for every account. I need new livers. Yeah, I don't know. The inverting of charts, I don't know about. Like you can do that. If you guys don't know, you can invert your chart completely. You can just flip it upside down, so you just view it the complete opposite way. I try to dig deep on things like that. We'll talk about it. I try to dig deep on things like that because if I find a skew, I want to be able to go short as easy as I'm able to go long, right? You would love to be very unbiased and be able to read the chart very objectively in front of you and whatever that is. I've found when I came over to Forex first that I found it easier to get short. And I really attributed it, I tried to do some journaling, right? And asking some questions. I attributed it to 2 things. One was that I was a long only trader because I was just buying stocks or trading crypto in the US on regulated brokers where there was no opportunity to short. It was just no leverage. It was just this is, years ago. Whatever I was doing was just long only, right? So it was like a kid in a candy store where you can hit the short button, right? Of course, you can short stocks. You can do a whole bunch of other stuff, but I wasn't doing that. I think that combined with the way that price moves in general, where there's a saying that price takes the stairs up and the elevator down, where price often has a slower moving, grinding movement to the upside and very violent movements to the downside. It's kind of common. If you just look across the US indices, you'll see that. Maybe that entices me into shorts more than it should. I think also coming from trading different Forex pairs where there's not really just a straight up long-term prevailing trend, or at least there's not across all of them, where some of them are very choppy, some of them are trending to the upside, some of them are trending to the downside, maybe has made me a little bit too inclined to take shorts in the US indices, which I'm trading day in and day out, which do have a prevailing trend. Zoom out on whatever chart that you want to zoom out on ES here, and we go up over time, right? Stonks only go up. That the dumb guy's saying, right? But that's where it comes from. Take a look at the S&P 500. Here we are, at highs. Or the Dow Jones or the NASDAQ. Sure, we have really gnarly corrections. We have periods of recession where, we are down day over day, week over week. We have really gnarly time periods of that, but they are less frequent, right? They're less frequent. There's more movement to the upside than there is to the downside. So I think for most traders, including myself, outside of really extended periods of correction and downtrends, intraday, and especially if you're holding for larger movements the way that I am, you should probably see a skew towards longs. The number of trades that you're taking just naturally should probably provide you more long setups. A lot of traders talk about beginners trading one direction only, being long only traders. So you're only ever looking for one setup. It can kind of condense things. You don't chase price back and forth. You're just looking for your potential ideal entry if everything's aligning. But yeah, it's a good question. It's definitely a good question, and one that I'm gonna have to ask myself. Definitely gonna have to ask myself. I try not to be too skewed by like recency bias, right? Like I got short yesterday and got cooked. In the past, I was way too, I didn't have that goldfish memory that traders talk about. I was always remembering what just happened and trying to improve on that, right? So if I took a loss long, I would love to get short. If I took a loss short, I'd love to get long, right? I'd love to do like the opposite in some kind of big improvement. If I cut my trade short and it ran, I would want to hold it to the moon. If it moved in profit and then moved against me, I'd want to be going stop loss to break even. And it's that hindsight recency bias that we have as humans. So I try not to let that affect me. Hence me being short here again after taking an L yesterday short. So we'll see. We'll see. Yes, sir. That alone helps me on days like today. Has helped me a ton in the past. Couple months trusting it. Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's interesting, man. 80% is a heavy stat. 80% saying that we're going to break the high or the low. I got to pay attention to that, Brian. That's a really strong one. You know, it can give you some confidence to trade towards prior day high or low, right? And it can give you a good stop loss placement where you say 8 out of 10 days we're breaking one of the other, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? You know, and I have that here with a stop outside of yesterday's high by 5 points, 5 3/4 points. Add a contract at 6,600. Yeah. Not a bad spot if we go and sweep that. Not a bad spot. I think maybe we go back to trading oil and our Bob gas. Oh, man. No. Not again, Dow. I think I've always tried to work on something with NQ, scalping. I think it's very entertaining. It's fast moving. But I think if you said you have to trade something else, I'd go YM. And again, for the couple reasons I talked in the beginning of this, I love trading one. I love to get super familiar with one instrument, but I may be taking a look at YM for the couple reasons we talked about in the beginning. But let's see. Be right back, guys, since I'm hanging out with you. We got a trade running. We got a giveaway coming up in a little bit. Ain't going anywhere just yet, but I'll be right back as this trade starts to move into profit. Chair, take the wheel, Chair. It's on you now. Chair failed me today. Right back up to the highs. Let's see what you guys are saying. Take a look at Bookmap. Yeah, somebody was saying quite a bit at 65.95, quite a bit at 6,600, right at prior day high. Again, I'm on the micro chart. I hopped over here to size a little bit heavier than just one mini. So I have no markup. We can remark this chart up here in a minute, but we know what we're looking at. I'm a perma bull. I still remember where I was when this reality hit me, but I'm here. I am seeking help from my affliction. Listen, I think if you have to be one or the other, in the U.S. indices, probably perma bull. Yeah, we talked about that. Go back to trade over. Huge fair value gap on Dow. Yes, fair value gaps on everything, right? Not that I know what a fair value gap is, and I don't trade them, or I don't understand the term, but from a technical standpoint, I get what an imbalance is what I would call it. Yeah, this is just a lot of movement that could be potential to the downside today. But again, market's been super strong. After 6,600, I think market following behavior same like yesterday, taking these orders. Maybe price action wants to fill it. We'll see. Dow. Okay, so Dow's selling off really aggressively. Yeah, here we go. Like Wolf was saying earlier, we got on the 15-minute chart, just looking on a separate chart so I don't jack this one up. ES sitting here and around the highs, really not doing too much, kind of consolidating on a 15-minute chart. NQ putting in highs, right? Just pushing to the upside. And Dow selling off at the lows of the session, continuing to push lower. Literally 107 points below VWAP right now. Well below temporary volume point of control. So, again, living in its own world. Yeah, I mean, here's decision-making point, right? If I'm looking at a Dow chart, we start to go, I don't know, where do we go? 250 points lower? there's like nothing for the next 100 points as far as volume. It's just a huge 15-minute candle that we got at 9:45 a.m. yesterday. So we start to go. I think we're going to continue to go. NQ pushing the upside, looking really strong. And ES flat, almost directly flat here. Where's our opening candle? Yeah. Yep. Interesting. Well, trade's on. We'll hang out. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we can do here. But in the meantime, appreciate all you guys hopping on. We got a bunch of people on. I gotta start running these duck races earlier. You guys know when they're coming. You're timing it. I can tell. The views climb all the way into the end. Got 51 people on YouTube. We got 32 on X. Growing every day, man. Only got a couple of you guys on Kick today. Kobe, what's up? I was looking at overnight high. Nice. All right, guys. Here's the drill. If you're new here, welcome to the show. I appreciate you. I'm here live trading every dang day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. 100% free. No VIP, no course, no mentorship, no nothing. I also run a 100% free community. I yap about prop firms and partners and software and stuff that I'm affiliated with. Do your own research, make your own decisions. I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased. But what I also like to do is run giveaways, right? We like to give back accounts to you guys that are here on the live stream. I think it's awesome for everybody that hops on. I have a relatively small community, growing very fast, and I put up pretty big numbers across the board for how many followers I have, which I think is awesome. I'm very grateful for. But I think you guys got a great chance every week to hop on here and win an instant funded account. I think it's pretty solid compared to what I see across Twitter with tens of thousands of people responding, all that fun stuff. So, on that note, let's run the likes up today. We're going to go with a big like goal. You guys have been running it up very quickly. I appreciate you. I'm calling this one early. 60 likes. 60 likes on YouTube. 60. If everybody hits it right now, if every person just went click on the like button, the form will drop immediately. We need 60 likes in here. We got 51 people sitting on. We've had 190 cycle on and off. We're going with giveaway at 60. Why 60 today? Because we got a trade running. We're hanging out. I'm not looking to go anywhere. I got time. Maybe you guys got time. Maybe not. I don't know. But we're going with 60 likes. Throw this in the chat. I don't have one of these chat bots, so I need to get one or a moderator that throws this stuff in here. Oh, so that's what we're running, guys. Count giveaway, top one futures giveaway at 60 likes. You guys want that one to drop? Go ahead, smash the like button. You don't have to do anything. Free means free. I'm gonna be here trading live with you guys every dang day. Go ahead and run that one up, and we'll get it rolling. Let's see what we can do. Chatty chat. Get the form ready to roll for you guys. We'll get the duck race loaded up. But we're going to chill, right? We're going to chill for a little bit. We got trade running. I'm going to see if this one can't play out for me. Or if I have to take the short button off my chart. You know the problem with that, though? Right about the time that you get cooked enough where you're like, all right, no more shorts, market turns. Market turns and starts selling off really aggressively, and you're constantly looking for longs. Let's see. Been short since before the open at 92 using edge full book map. Nice, William. Let's see. Already hit it. Nice. Average daily range low, 45,773 YM. Let's see, now you guys got me looking at YM, man. I don't know if this is going to be good for me. Yeah, that looks nice. That looks nice, Brian, right? It's right into here. Let me no, I'm not going to mess with it. It's right into another level of volume, right? Starting to come into the highs from Tuesday and Wednesday, right? if you're sending it short, may the force be with you on the shorts. But guys, let's see if we can get it rolling. We got like 50 something, 55 people in here, 56 people I just saw. Smash the like button on YouTube. 60 likes on YouTube. We will drop a giveaway for an Ignite 50K automatic funded account. Run it up, guys. We'll get somebody funded. No purchase necessary. We'll run a duck race. We'll have some fun with it. You guys get that one done. We'll drop the form. As we're watching this trade just chop here, man. Pretty flat on CVD. Quite a bit of liquidity down below. I would have liked to see this thing start to turn already instead of just hang out up here and consolidate for the last 15 minutes. We didn't do that. We're just chopping back up towards the high. Would have loved to see this continue already lower. But trust and stops, giving the trade room to breathe. 6,600 is going to be a key level to see if we really, if we fill these orders, maybe we trade above by a couple points. And we turn, that's going to look pretty good. If we don't do that and we just rip higher, of course, I'm cooked, getting smoked. Could be choppy, though. This looks like a slow-moving, choppy day so far. So we'll see. We shall see. Ah, excuse me. Let's see, chat. Where you guys at? 38 likes. You don't want to give away today. Nobody wants to give away. Using Edge for Asia breakout and opening price for entry on this short. Nice. I got nothing. Tree. Can't see through the trees. YM trades in sync with ES usually. That I don't know about that one so much. I like the ... usually. So traditionally, right, the US indices are correlated, right? It's the US markets. This is a lot of the same underlying assets, and in general, you know, if the US markets are tanking, right, one indice isn't ripping through highs and the other one is ripping through lows. But what I see is NQ and ES tend to trend and are more tightly correlated, and YM seems to live in its own world, right? There's like this meme that I posted a couple times. I'll post it in Discord for you guys. It's like the crazy looking monsters, and then YM is like the googly eyes with its tongue out, and they're all like looking at YM. YM just does feel like it lives in its own world to me. A lot of traders use correlations. A lot of them, I don't know what they call divergences, all the crazy terms for it. They watch all the markets together. Maybe you watch also like, you know, QQQ and SPY and, you know, different VWAPs across different, you know, of these instruments. I've done it a lot in the past, and it just doesn't tend to help me. It just really tends to hurt me more than it helps me. I tend to trade one instrument on another instrument. Like I'm watching ES not move, and I'd be staring at NQ, and it's pushing down to the lows. And I'm going to look to short ES, you know, right off of that reason, right? Or we have some kind of correlation between all of them, and I start to get really bullish or really bearish, right? And to me, it just kind of starts to equate to not trading the chart in front of me. I think it can work really, really well on what used to happen. It would work really, really well on some days, and I would feel like I figured out the hack to the market and the early entry, and that one leads the other, and if this one starts to do something, this one's going to do it. And then other days, they would just be on completely different pages. Whatever underlying stock is, ripping, and the other one is just doing whatever the hell it wants to do. And had I just traded the actual instrument that I was looking at in front of me, I would have done better overall. But again, a lot of traders trade VWAPs specifically, and they watch VWAPs across all of the U.S. indices. They watch VWAPs across, like I said, the QQQ or SPY or anything like that. A lot of, I would argue probably majority traders are doing not what I do. They are watching multiple instruments. They're watching the Mag 7, right? If they're trading NASDAQ, they're looking under the hood, right? That's the slang term for it. I don't know. I can only use so many tools before I just overdo it. Give myself 47 different reasons to trade in 47 different directions. So, but yeah, I just like the chart in front of me. Again, we all talk about it on here, and we got different people trading different stuff, so I'm more inclined to take a look at what's going on as you guys are calling it out. But yeah, I just think it can be difficult also to like back test and forward test and find some consistency with it. If you're not like testing and trading day in and day out, doing something over and over and over again, it can start to kind of go against you. So here we go. Trading at the 95s. Not a heavy CVD on this one. Pretty low volume. This feels choppy. I'm not super excited about my short. The 6600s look like they are going to come into play. We're less than 5 points off of that. Did not get the rejection that I would have liked to see after coming through VWAP. Looking like we had some volume that would maybe start to drive us lower. After breaking this high, coming lower, I felt we might put a lower high and then start to come down on this. Sell off back down towards this overnight low and potentially below for a nice risk to reward on this. Looks like it's going to be take the short button off of my computer, off of my platform. But we got to see. 6600s are going to be the key level. That's what I'm watching here. But looking at likes, you guys got 44 so far. 44 likes so far. Let's run it again. Giveaway at 60 likes. For you guys on X, I'll throw you as we come up to test the 6600s, I'll throw you guys the YouTube link if you guys want to check it out. I'll drop it everywhere today. It's Friday. We're gonna do everybody the favor and hook them up. But if you guys want this form to drop and you're watching from the real scary place that is X. Horrifying over there these days. Here's the YouTube link in the live chat for you guys. Real Deal Futures on YouTube. Appreciate you hopping on, as always. Whatever platform you're on, that's why I stream to all of them. But we are at 46 likes. Got 52 people on here, 232 that have hopped on and off on just YouTube alone. We got people on Kick. What's up, people on Kick? We'll drop it on Kick for you guys also. You can follow on Kick. You can throw an emoji in the chat. You can do whatever you want. We will have to see. See if we can't get this one to drop. But I appreciate you guys. Anybody that hops on, anybody that hops into the free community, that likes, that comments, that engages, that does anything, I appreciate you. You're awesome, man. Thank you. You don't have to do anything. Free means free. Do whatever you want to do. We'll still be here trading live every dang day. 13 more. I'm done. Nice. Bro, why you risk $1,000? Raja, I don't know what you're asking. ask a more detailed question. Why did I risk $1,000? As in, you feel that $1,000 is a lot or a little, or that my stop loss is in a place where it shouldn't be? What is the question so I can answer? Looking at a couple messages from you guys in chat. Clear and present uptrend. How can we blow this Trump F it up? Funny read. Funny read, Scott. My question, why short? Yeah, so let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. Very strong, excuse me, very strong overall uptrend, right? Very strong overall uptrend. We open up, testing VWAP a couple times, kind of just chopping around this this area here. Let's hop back over to ES so we can look at it. We fail off the open. We fail to move higher. We come up to these highs a couple times. We sweep these pre-market highs without coming all the way up above this pre-market high the way that we are right now. We come back down through VWAP. As we're coming down through VWAP, I'm waiting to look short on this for two reasons, two heavy reasons. One, I like the risk to reward opportunity to the downside. I think if we start to head lower, we're at least coming down to overnight low, right? I think we're very likely to sweep overnight low if we start to come lower. What I could also really see, which is what I talked about, sometimes it doesn't happen in really, really strong uptrends, but normal price action outside of really, really strong uptrends, kind of like what we're in, especially if it doesn't happen day over day, is a return to an area of high volume, a return to highs down here through an area of low volume, maybe down to an untested prior day volume point of control all the way down here, all the way down here. This is tested. This one technically is tested. But maybe back down to the big round psychological number, 65.50s, right? That to me presents a really strong risk reward opportunity. More, even more detailed than that, the actual reason smashing the short button, right? I use cumulative volume delta. I use cumulative volume delta to give me a read of buy versus sell volume. And what I tend to find is if we have divergence in cumulative volume delta, or we have a consolidation in price and cumulative volume delta is starting to push in one direction or the other, the way that we had today, where we had a very low and declining cumulative volume delta as I'm looking to get short into this trade, that gives me an indication that sellers are outweighing buyers by way of volume. And outside of that, just a simple pattern recognition way of looking at it, we often move in that direction. Some orders down below as well, outside of the 6600s to the upside where my stop loss is above, we got quite a bit to the downside that's remained on the book. This is not terribly thin down here. If we start to sell off, 65.85 is interesting spot, but below that, 65s, easily. I can see easily a movement down there. There's nothing on the book. To the upside, we get past the 6600s, 6620s, which it looks like we might do today. So those are my reasons for the short today. Talked a lot about my win rate on shorts versus longs. Talked about getting short in a strong trending market to the upside, right? Acknowledging that. And probably worth some review, right? Worth some review to say, is there a way to find your way into longs more than shorts? Should we just be avoiding shorts altogether because the market is just so strong and not at all working on the short side, regardless of risk to reward or where volume is or normalcy and price action and market structure? All things to review. But yeah, I like to look in large sample sizes. I like to come to the market, do the same thing day in and day out, put my trades on without reservation or hesitation, worrying about what happens on any one individual trade, and then review. Look in large sample sizes, try to improve. That's the reasons. Real deal, bro. Hope you have an amazing day. I'm off. TP hit. Nice, man. Love combination. You stand up. You should. Market all-time high. So any strategy will not work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It is at all-time highs, but I don't know that any strategy won't work. But I hear you. I was looking for a bigger move. Reduce take profit to the overnight low. Nice. Again, guys, here's the thing also. Try if you can, and this is what helps me. Try if you can to think in large sample sizes, right? I get to see this stuff, right? Because I trade here day in and day out. It's really interesting to see. When I take losses or I'm in a losing trade, it's usually a lot of questions as to why I would do what I did, right? And then if I'm in a winning trade or I take a win, it's just also how did you do that? And this like expectation of like that's going to happen all the time. You're going to have losses, you're going to have wins. If you attempt to adjust day in and day out to only have wins somehow, I think you're going to struggle. So I'd say look in large sample sizes. That's kind of the overall thought process, right? If this thing dumps from here, right, you guys look and say, oh man, what a genius. He got short when everybody else was getting long because we're at all-time highs and the market's so bullish and how could anyone get short? And then we sell off 50 points and, I look like a genius. Am I a genius? No. Am I an idiot for getting short? No, right? You might think that either way, but just follow your process. That's all you can do day in and day out. And then again, note outliers, note things that are working or not working, and try to make your small adjustments without making too many frequent, rapid, or large adjustments. That's the thought process. But yeah, I'm always happy to talk about it, right? I'm here trading live for that reason. So, we'll see. We'll see. I have more shorts than I would like in these accounts, just quantity, and I have a lower win rate on shorts than I do longs. I haven't been able to translate that in a way to take less shorts and more longs and to have a higher hit rate on shorts than longs. I tend to have a higher risk to reward on shorts. I will note that. I don't know what my most recent stats are, but I tend to have a higher risk to reward on shorts. I think that's just due to how violent the downside is, and how slow grinding the upside is, and it can be a little bit more difficult to hold on to winning trades. But it's obvious as to why those stats are for me and the way that I trade, right? If we are in a strong trending move to the upside, shorts are typically not going to work as well, right? So you're going to have a lower hit rate on shorts. If we're in a strong trending move to the downside, longs are probably not going to work as well. You're probably going to have a weaker hit rate on longs, right? Over a large sample size, a really large sample size, it tends to even itself out. But overall, U.S. indices trend to the upside. So, that's kind of the review. You can kind of just take a look at your data and try to find ways to improve if you can. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, Zach, I'm experiencing an important issue with Project X. My trades sometimes randomly close on their own. I'm trading only 2 to 4 micros, not at DLL. Twice today, in profit, randomly close. Order message saying close by system. Okay, that's super interesting. Super interesting. I can't speak directly on it. It's never happened to me, but odd stuff happens. I would record your screen, as annoying as this is to do, on your phone or your computer and try to catch it happening, and then I would hit support. You could hit support before then and just say, hey, what the hell on these trades? Here's the trade ID. Here's my account number. What's going on? But I would send it over to support. And if you can, record it so you have evidence of it. But I don't really know what would cause that. It's interesting. 70% chance over 5 years that we close below 92.50 at 4 p.m. Interesting. VWAP has been working perfectly fine at all-time highs. Yeah, Kev P. VWAP has been working insane. And I've acknowledged it. I've talked about it. I gave you guys a review yesterday. It's something I'm going to be incorporating more into my approach because, again, here it is. Again, buys off of VWAP, presenting like 10-point bounces all day, every day. That's not quite a 10-point bounce, but pretty damn close. Does it always work like that? No, absolutely not. But yeah, there's plenty of things that continue to work. True, notice high day VWAP works well at all-time highs. Yeah, bros dropping psychological sauce. Can't from my futures profit accounts. Sure, there. What works for you? Absolutely. Trading range right now. When it looks more bullish, sell. When it looks more bearish, buy. Which is super hard to do. Yeah. If you're a range trader, that's the way to do it. Wouldn't abandon mean reversion completely because the moment you stop fading rips that very day, afternoon, a multi-month bear market will start. Trader's luck. Yeah. Again, that's the part, right? Alan brings up a good point. So I started to joke there. What's going on, Alan? Get the likes up, man. Yeah, we got 53 likes. Get the likes up to 60, and we'll drop the giveaway, guys. Giveaway at 60 likes. We're giving away another 50K Ignite automatic funded account. But that's the thing, right? Where so many traders struggle. This is the bigger point that Alan just made. Where so many traders struggle is maybe I had a week this week where I had the same setup present itself that's paid me well in the past, and I took a couple losses. I got short a couple times, and the market just grinded higher. And I have this short-term memory where I'm just starting to remember, okay, well, the market's pushing higher, and it keeps grinding higher, and I've taken like 3 stop outs now, and that's annoying. I'm only going to look for longs, and I'm only going to look for longs during the day, and even if it starts to line up, I'm going to stop getting short. You're focusing too much on the short term. You're focusing in a really small sample size of trades. And about that time that your strategy is ready to start printing some money, you've went and changed something, and you've adapted to the last, couple days or week or 2 weeks. And then what happens? Market conditions shift, right? All of a sudden we sell off for, the next 2 weeks. Okay, and you're looking long, you're getting cooked. What would have worked yesterday is not working today. And then what happens, right? And this is the kind of chasing your tail, never-ending searching for the holy grail, something that's going to work all the time and never take losses. You say, oh, man, you know what? This market's dumping. I can't win on the long side. Before I was taking losses, but any day if I just hit the sell button, it would have worked. All of a sudden, I start jumping in short. Right, start jumping in short, and then what happens? Market starts pumping. So, the thought process is you're not going to win on every trade. You're certainly not going to win across all market conditions. You're likely not going to be a master of trading trends on one day and ranges on one day and reversions on another day and continuations on another day all over the place. You're not going to be able to apply enough consistency. So stick to your read of the market. Right? Stick to the tools that you use long enough to decide if you believe there's an edge or not and to get really good at trading that way. And then the goal is not to win every day. The goal is to survive. Maybe for me, I think I'm negative $300 total after I think a loss, 2 wins, and a loss. I have to go back and look. But to survive when the market's not lining up with your approach and not change everything, not try to throw everything out the window. Small adjustments, right? Like we talk about reviewing and improving, but to survive, structure risk, keep risk controlled, take your losses on the chin, have your losing streak, and make it through to the market conditions where, or the market's lining up for you, or you're reading the market correctly, you're on, whatever it is, but all of that comes together and you're able to take wins. But where most traders go wrong, and I went wrong for so long, is doing the exact opposite, searching for the holy grail, thinking that if I took 3 or 4 losses, 5 losses, God forbid, in a row or a week of straight losses, that like nothing I did work. How could you be so stupid? All you have to do was do the complete opposite. And you constantly change stuff, right? You just constantly keep throwing things out the window, and you apply no consistency to the market, and you don't stand a chance to have anything work. So it's a balance. It's a really fine balance here which I try to demonstrate in the reviews like I did yesterday on Discord, and even what I'm talking about here. I look a lot at my trade management, and I do look a lot at my entries. I look at if I'm carrying biases. I look at the market conditions, and I make small adjustments over, not huge sample size, not hundreds of trades, but I try to look on a week-by-week, month-by-month basis. Because I know if you throw things out the window and you start doing something completely differently, just like Alan said, that's the day that it comes back and what you were doing would have worked. But you just couldn't withstand taking a couple losses, and you threw everything out the window and you started from scratch. And now the next strategy is probably going to work fine. There's probably an edge, but you can't handle a couple losses. As soon as you take that, you throw it out the window. So it's a balance. The market's always going to change. It's dynamic. There's different market conditions. We go through really aggressive bull trends, really aggressive downtrends. It is important to be able to adjust to recognize where you have really clear standout trends, like some of the stuff that I talked about in Discord, right? But also stick to your guns, stick to your approach. Whatever that means for you. And I think it can be really difficult to do, which is why so many traders struggle for so long. Through losses, you have to have this arrogant confidence that, what you're doing is going to provide an edge in the long term. And I continue to apply, my discretion, right? Which is part of that, but it's somewhat consistent. I have a fair amount of consistency in trade management and trade structure, right? When I do change, I try to stick with what I'm doing for a longer period of time to decide if it's working or not working. So it's a balance, right? It's a balance. There's people that would argue that, nope, once you find something that works for there's zero adjustment, zero change. I think the market's dynamic. Volatility changes, trends change. We are benefiting from our ability to apply some discretion, some subjective interpretation within price action and market structure. I think that's really important. We get better with time, experience. We understand what these cycles look like. But again, at the same time, not changing too much, not over adapting to what happened yesterday. So that's the thought process. That's the long rant. All right, guys, we have, let's see. You guys are really, you guys are going to play the game. We got 59 likes. We said 60 likes, and we are giving away the Ignite automatic funded 50K account with Top 1 Futures. We have 60 people on here right now. So we had 300 people on and off. So, or 291, I should be accurate. So one more person hits it. You guys like to bring it right up to the amount that I asked for and then start unliking it. So we'll see. 60 likes, we will drop the form to get filled out for an automatic funded account from Top 1 Futures. There you go. Someone unliked it. It's 58 likes now. It's cool. No skin off my back, man. You guys don't need the giveaway. There you go. 57 likes. Unlike it, guys. Run it back down. We'll save it. Maybe I'll just use it. I don't know. You guys are funny. I love it. Love it. Yeah, breaking and retesting here, man. Breaking and retesting. Still have those orders at 6,600. That was looking a little bit wiggly to the downside. A little bit of volume, but not really. Just kind of choppy, slowly drifting to the upside. We could come through these orders with some force and be in for a really aggressive stop out here. I think if we come up here, we're likely to see some volatility. I'm hoping to survive a wick up above this high. If we come and trade past the 6605s, I'm wrong. We did not sell off from up here, right? I have a clean invalidation point. We did not want to come down to challenge overnight low, at least not yet, right? Not before we came all the way up here. And that's not my trade thesis. So I'll be taking an L on the chin if I have to, again today. But that's all we could do. Take our wins, take our losses. That's it. You live on YouTube or Kick? Yeah, I'm on all of them. I'm on Kick and YouTube right now, my brother. There you go. 62 likes. You guys got it. Nice. Very nice. Just asked for 100. 61 now. One more like. There we go. All right, guys. Forum's getting ready to drop. But yeah, it's Holy Grail. Love that movie. Yeah, it's a balance. It's a fine balance, man. And what I think is that more traders, and I could just tell by the questions, right? It's all valid questions. I could tell by the questions, the comments, things don't work here, things work here. Most traders, majority, the vast majority, in my humble, maybe biased opinion, flip-flop way too much. They strategy hop, they change way too much. There's the form live in the chat, guys. I'm going to pin it right here. This is for a 50K automatic funded account, no purchase necessary. Go ahead and get it filled out. It's live in Kick as well. And I'm going to throw it to you guys on X because I like you. I'm going to try to come back to X. It's really, really rough on there, man. I like to be across all platforms and interact with as many people as I can, but it's so, horribly negative. And I know there's a lot of terrible things going on in the world. And, it's important for us to know what is going on, right? That's the reality, unfortunately. But I just don't know how, I don't know if we're supposed to, as humans, see so much death, right? Like, just for fun, I've asked, people older than me, family and stuff, and they have seen none in their lifetime, right? Maybe military vets, right, have seen quite a bit. If I ask my generation or the younger generation, dozens. They've seen dozens of, and I'm not talking about like a blurred out police video. You guys know what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, what we saw this week, fucking horrible. And I feel and pray for everyone involved in that. And I'm not trying to make it about me or anybody else. But man, I think that starts to mess with your mind. I think it starts to mess with your psychology. I just don't think we as humans are supposed to see that much death. And I'm talking about violent, in your face, death. It's tough. I don't think it's supposed to happen in the world, and definitely don't think we're supposed to watch as much as we do. So anyway, outside of that, X is very negative as a whole. The whole prop firm future space is just people fighting and arguing and tearing each other down. It's just really negative. I'm not a huge fan, of drama for the sake of drama. There's a lot of that, but I like to be involved everywhere if I can. So I'm gonna try. I'm also running a giveaway on X right now for a couple $100 where I asked everybody what they want to see from a trader's account. I'm actually genuinely interested. I know what the numbers see. You guys want to see drama. Not you guys, but people love to see drama. They love to see people arguing. They click on all that stuff. That's why it gets shown so much to everybody. But if you guys want, go to my X. It's Real Deal Zach. And you probably still got a chance to win a couple $100 on X. X is shit. Excuse my language. Never supposed to be used to it, brother. No. I went through Hurricane Dorian, the Bahamas, Cat 5, seen dozens of bodies stacked in my face. Charlie made me quiver. Still made me quiver. Yeah. Be kind. Yeah. My mom says it's not what you say, but how you make people feel. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. No, I think it's tough. Again, guys, I don't want to stray too far from trading, right? But I think it's worth an explanation, like why I don't post a lot, maybe on one platform over another. I just find I don't know how to contribute, and there's just a lot that I don't know, dude. Here, I'll give you the basics. I don't know where we got to a point where on social media, where again, like, it's happening, and I think it's important to know what the heck is going on so you really can, understand. But I don't know where we got to a point on social media where, kids, right? Because we know it's all kids, hop on and without even really selecting it themselves, you have automatic scrolling pages and videos that play. You used to have to hit the play button. You used to have to search it up. You used to have to, scroll. It's auto scroll straight to death, and violence and hate and, and a lot of negativity. And I don't know, man. I think that stuff is really rough. And I don't know where I stand on it because I do come from a realistic point of view, right? Like, you're supposed to know what's going on. You got to be aware. It's painful, for you. Think about how painful it is for all those people of the videos that you're watching, unfortunately. So you got to know so you can act accordingly and be part of the right side of things and whatever. But holy shit, guys, like that stuff starts to weigh on you. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. So anyway, not to get too off topic and completely train, but off train, but yeah, I don't think we're wired to see that type of stuff, man. As much as we see. But anyway, let me know what you want to see on X. I'll give you the here we go. Hang on. I'll give you the post, right? Here we go. I'm giving out $100 to 2 people. Let me know what you want to see. Here's the question. What provides you the most value from traders here on X? Why do you hit the follow button? What do you want to see? Chart, strategy, mindset, motivation, P&Ls, memes, drama, prop info, live stream, lifestyle, giveaways, something else. One sentence gets you a chance to win some lunch money and help me figure out what traders actually want to see on this app. I tried. I posted that on the 10th. So here it is, guys, if you want. I'm happy to always give you guys, And before that, here was my last post outside of live streams on X. And the graphic of me live trading because I streamed to X. Here was it. I'm scrolling way back, so I'm going to find it for you guys. While we're filling out the form, remember, guys, form is live. Yeah, here was my comment. Well, this is from July 2nd. X, it's been real, it's been fun, but it ain't been real fun. My feed is straight up hate, negativity, and a lot of literal murder videos. Catch me on IG, Discord, streaming live, free, every day on YouTube and Kick. Here's the links. I don't know. I'm going to try, but I don't know, man. Don't know. Anyway, let's see what we get. Guys, giveaway form is live. I'm going to give you another, we started to drift here, but I try to always just be genuine and transparent about, what I'm doing, where and why. I like IG because I take a bunch of pictures. I post a ton of my stuff to my stories. I post lifestyle stuff, things that I'm going on. Obviously, short form content. Primarily, I stream live, right? So any streaming platform, YouTube, Kick, X, because a lot of people you guys join on X. Is 35 people right now listening on X. X is cool for talking. I was doing a lot of just posting charts, P&Ls, trade recaps, the kind of talking stuff that you do. But man, it's hella negative on there. Anyway, all right, let's see. Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, man. Yeah. Back to Green Zach. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, we'll wrap it up. Again, I don't want to drift. I want to keep it mostly trading related. I think as you guys do, that I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about, really any of my beliefs and things outside of trading. I try to all tie it back to trading. If there's something I'm talking about, it really should be directly related to trading, right? I think that's important. I speak my mind on things, but I try to keep it trading related. I used to hop onto so many different people's streams, and I try to give you guys what I like. I used to hop onto so many different people's trading streams, and there was zero conversation about trading at all. And I think things can be entertaining and stuff, right? But it was it wasn't even trading related. They weren't talking about maybe running or, mindset or psychology or, their belief system outside of trading and how it translates to it. It's just they're just talking about drama or talking shit about people or just something completely different. And I'll be I clicked on this because you said live trading and I want to learn about trading ES and your strategy. So I tried to stick to that. So apologies for drifting. Anyway, giveaway forums live. Somebody asked back at VWAP, what is a Kick platform? Kick is a streaming platform. It's the Wild Wild West on Kick also, for fair warning. It's definitely less censored than YouTube. I liked Kick because it was very low latency and high quality, I found. It's also free with no ads at all. You can subscribe and I tried to get verified and partnered on there, but haven't abandoned it. I'm still streaming there every single day to my people on Kick. What's up? It's just interesting. The growth on that platform is difficult. I think you need to really push people there. So I'm obviously trying to reach people here. YouTube, I think, is good for that. I think it's the common ground. Most people don't know what Kick is, but anyway, yeah. So we won't drift too much. Somebody asked about trading. What do I think about this? I'm letting it ride, guys. I'm letting it ride. It's at VWAP. If we don't come through VWAP on this one and we start to break the high, we go back to the 6600s, it's going to look like trash. If we start to come through these lows, we have a declining CVD, continuing to decline, negative 1600 now. I like that. Maybe we're just going to wick lower to the 85s and take out these lows. We got 200 on the book right here. Like, that's not a great risk to reward. I'm not going to take it off there. I will let this come all the way back on me from the 85s. For all of the reasons that I talked about this week, I got to hold my trades longer. If I'm going to take full L's, I got to take wins, other, full larger wins, more positive on the risk to reward, outside of having a really extreme reason to close with discretion. But my thesis on this trade is that we sell off. So, we're back at VWAP. This is interesting to the person that asked that. If we push through the highs, I don't think it's going to look really good for me. We come through VWAP with some aggression here. The next problem area is this. I'll mark it. This could be a problem. Why? Down around these lows from pre-market, not quite the overnight low, which is all the way down here, which I don't have marked on this micro chart, but we got liquidity here. And if we're just going to chop, I think this is where we could start to chop from. We could also sweep here and then form a really big bullish move. But this is not my trade thesis, that we come from here to here, right? That wasn't the thesis when I got in right here and I ran a stop loss out here. So I'm not going to take the $500, the $600, that this would provide. I'm going to look for a larger movement down around that overnight low level. That's my thought process. Sticking to my guns, chat. All right, guys, we got a bunch of people responding. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to give you guys, let's say 3 more minutes. 3 more minutes. Get the form filled out. You don't have to do anything. Form's live everywhere. Go ahead. It's pinned in the chat. A lot of you guys, even the regulars, were hopping in really late. Like Wolf made it in like the last person yesterday. So some people are like, all right, just run it already. But I try to give everybody a chance. If you hopped on and off, whatever, maybe you didn't hear me the first time. Forum's live. Forum's live. And if you're in the Discord, I'm going to even help you out. People in my Discord. Here, I'm going to give everybody the shout out. All right, a couple more minutes, guys, and we'll run this one. Am I late? Still time to click the forum? Yeah, you're good. No, run the forum. Guys in Kick. Forum is still live. Go ahead. Andrew, David, forum's good. Forum's still good. You can still get in. See, this is why I said I give you guys a couple minutes. Yeah, people still filling it out. Well, we got to have a lot of ducks in the line today. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we answered that. Better be authentic than one that panders to their own... afraid to have your opinion. Yeah, man. I think as tough as that is, bro. You got to be yourself. You got to be unapologetically yourself. You got to speak your mind. For better or for worse. I think that's what I try to do. I have a lot of empathy, and I think I take everybody else's opinions and beliefs into account in a respectful way, where I try not to disrespect anybody or ostracize anybody, right? I think that's always what I wanted to see when I was in communities, right? Not just taking insane hard stances against, like certain things for like not really a good reason. So I try not to do that. But I think you're not going to be for everybody, right? You're not going to be loved by everybody. I talk about the way that I trade, the things that I do, my experience, and the only way that I know how, which is attempting to be transparent and authentic. So yeah. Yeah, X algorithm is brutal. Only follow trading accounts. If you just... Yeah, bro. Alan, that's what I'm saying, dude. I feel you. Yeah. The key to X is the liberal use of the block button, not interested button. But even that doesn't always help. Yeah. Yeah, I tried. A lot of commercials. Let me try to turn this off. Yeah, I got to go through it because a lot of people have commented, right? And I got people in the community and guys that I work with, a lot of the dudes that make content and stuff, that said the same thing. They're like, you got to clean it up, dude. You got to like just do a ton of cleanup. So I'll probably do that. Let's go, guys. Couple more minutes. We're gonna run the duck race. Couple more minutes. This trade's probably gonna run until I hop off the stream. We'll see. Showed me a little bit of profit here. Definitely not enough. We're holding this trend to the upside. I want to see it break. We get a breakdown here, it's going to look okay, but we got to see. I travel a lot, and I love to sit and think at the airport. I always take a look around, and all souls are watching screens. I cannot help but think all these people have someone influencing them. Yeah, man. Yeah, this is not trading related, but yeah, it's tough, man. That content that we consume on a day-to-day basis, right? The videos that we watch, the people speaking, what they're saying, right? Music we listen to, that stuff influences us, man. It's heavy. It's why I really like to try to, and I'm on it all the time, right? I'm on here all the time. I try to separate, right? I try to do things like I did a week ago where I was in the Swiss Alps with zero internet in the top of Europe. Really get yourself outside, get away from it, and kind of disconnect a little bit. I think that's important. Steve, bro, I like seeing my name on the duck. All right, let's see. Go. Yeah, respect to the winner. All right, guys, let's go. Yeah, it's good question, Business Lens. We're getting ready. People are still filling it out, so I don't want to cut you guys short, but here's the hard cutoff, 11:35. You got a minute and a half. A minute and a half, and the form is closed. It's giveaway time. Form is in the chat. Get it filled out right now, and then the Ducks are getting run for a Top 1 Futures automatic funding AF, whatever the heck the name of it's called. This one right here, the new Ignite automatic funding account. No purchase necessary. What do I ask for? Email and usernames? All right, we're going to get these Ducks lined up. We're going to get somebody funded, man. Let's see if somebody else can't take a payout. Had someone from the community take a payout from one of these accounts. $0 investment to a $2,500 payout. Love to see it. Love to see it. And if you guys want to check out Top 1 Futures yourself, I'll throw the link in the chat right now. 50% off. Code RDF. There it is. If you want to check it out, you don't want to wait for it. Code RDF gets it done for you guys. There it is in Kick. Feel free to check it out. I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money. I can't be unbiased. But I think these are a pretty sweet opportunity for a select group. These are the cheapest, lowest cost, instant funded accounts. They have some serious drawbacks based on that price point, right? The payout cap, the ESS. If you don't want any of that, maybe you consider the instant funded account, which just has a 20% consistency score and no ESS, and you run that one. Maybe you say, hey, Zach, I don't want any consistency score. Maybe you say, I don't want to take any challenge or have any rules when I'm trading at all. Maybe a live account is going to be best for you, right? I don't think there's any one best answer for everybody. That's my thought. And I'm biased to say that there is one best answer and tell you that it's Top 1 Futures. But I don't think that's the truth. There's me being authentic. I think Top 1 Futures is an excellent opportunity. I think it's one of the best opportunities in the prop firm space right now. And I think it's especially one of the best instant funded prop firm opportunities. Does that mean, and I'm biased to say that, right? Because I stand to make money. Does that mean that I think that it's the best for every single person? No. No, I do not. All right, guys, that's it. People are still rolling in, but I got to clip it. We're done. We're going to run the duck race. No more forms getting filled out. Boom. That's my rambling for today. Let's run it, guys. Let's run it. Oh, damn it. I erased someone's name. Hold on. Leia, you just made it in. All right. We got Ducks getting lined up. I love doing these giveaways, guys. I'd be lying if I said I really don't enjoy giving stuff out. I don't know if it's just like it's fun. Like it definitely benefits me to create engagement, right? And get more views and all this stuff. But I used to love winning stuff on live streams. Like it was really fun. And I really enjoy the duck races. Just selfishly, I enjoy the duck races. So let's go ahead and run it. And you know what? I've got people that say they don't like the duck races. But guess what, man? We're going to keep giving out instant funded accounts. We're going to keep running duck races. We're going to keep doing fun stuff outside of just trading itself. So I appreciate you guys being here. Let's Let's run this. Rhombus, what's the payout cap? $1,000 per payout per account on the 50K Ignite automatic funded accounts. $500 per account per payout on the 25K Ignite automatic funded accounts. You can trade up to 6 of them, so you can take a payout of $6,000 at a clip, which is an advantage. But if you didn't want that, the straight to sim funded pro or the instant funded accounts have a larger maximum withdrawal per account. 25K, for example, in the 50K account, right? So that's a note. Yes, 10 trading days. Technically, if you're copy trading 6, you could do 6K. All right, let's go, guys. Here we go. We are getting ready to run. Good luck, everybody. You got to be on here to claim it. I was trying to be cautious with that because somebody said they couldn't comment, but hang around so you can claim your win. The ducks are off. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, if you guys have questions, feel free to hop in Discord. I'm going to throw my Discord. I try to give you guys the best info that I possibly can. I don't have the answer to everything. If I don't know it, I'll tell you to hit support. But here's the 100% free trading Discord. More than happy to have you guys in. If you like what I said, hop in the Discord and tell me. If you don't like what I said today, hop in the Discord and tell me. Right? That's the beauty of running things for free. You can hop in and say, you suck, Zach. I don't like you. I think your trading's terrible, and I made money today fading you. And I would say, good job, dude. Well done. Make money some way. But I don't think you should copy anything that anybody does. All right. The ducks are off. We got a minute to go. About 30 seconds. I will start announcing it because a lot of ducks hit their stop losses. Usually there's a breakout duck. Let's see what we get. You guys hopefully see your names on there. There's a lot of people running today. There's people hidden behind my face, but back behind me to the left, like not all the ducks show. A lot of people say, oh, I don't see my duck. I promise you guys, if you filled the form out, I straight up copy and paste your name on here. So you're all on here. That one duck has a big beak. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Go Daffy. Great. Mine has glasses. Surely going to get lost. That's so cool, Zach. Go Aflac Duck. Mystic Rick, what's up? 1. This is hilarious. Yeah. Love the duck races. Let's go, guys. 27 seconds. Nirmal S in the front. Allen with the duck up front today. Running first place. Allen A. Oh, he's hitting a stop loss. All right. Gaber P. Josh C. Trader ML. Lucho up top. Bags. Angela C. Oh, I don't know that we have a breakout duck. Eric F. down on the bottom. This might be tight. I can't even see who this is. Varun P. with the breakout. Last minute. The purple duck out of nowhere. Don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. Guess what we're going to do today? We're going to run it back. We're going to run another duck race. It's Friday. We're running more than one duck race today. Same form. You don't get to fill more out. If you filled it out, we're going to do another one. Hang tight, because I know everybody logs off after the first one. We're running it back. But first, congrats, Varun P. Where you at, my man? In the chat. I know you're here. I think you might have won before. I think you actually might have won before. But let me see who it is. Hang on one second. Again, guys, if you didn't hear me the first time, we're running more duck races. I'm gonna do some additional giveaways. This is not gonna be for the same account, but we're gonna run another duck race. Oh, it's Wolf! It's Wolf! Wolf, you wait a minute, chat. Wolf finally won. I'm out, guys. All right. Here's why I'm reacting like this. Wolf has been here since the beginning. Wolf's an OG. All right, hold on. Stop quacking, Wolf. Here, real quick, before we run this again, we're going to run another one. Everybody chill out. We're going to run more. I'm going to tell you what it's for. Just chill. Wolf has been here for a long time. Shout out to a Discord OG. I will have to say I've had people in there longer than Wolf, but Wolf has been there for a long time. He contributes every day. He's been on the live streams. I think he has been the person who's been here the most. He always comments first. Shout out, Wolf. I appreciate you being here, man. Congrats on the W. The reason that I'm saying this is almost every time he's on the forum and he has not won. And he's like, dude, how is it possible that everybody else has won that's been here that I haven't been? Wolf, congratulations on the W. Hella W's in the chat for Wolf on this one, man. Congrats. You win a 50K Ignite automatic funded account. I appreciate that you finally got the W. This way, you know I was not holding out on you. I was not intentionally picking you. I was not running a game. Wolf, you got the W today. W's in the chat. That's mad funny, man. That's mad funny. I'm so happy that you finally won, dude. I genuinely am. And shout out to all you guys that have been in Discord like Wolf. That again, I think if there was someone that's been on the live streams more than anybody and in these giveaways, is probably Wolf. You deserve to win. It's finally time. And I know some of you guys have watched Wolf complain. Let's see. All right. Congrats on the W. That was cool. All right, guys, we're going to run this back. Let's see. Congrats, Wolf. You get the W. It's going to come straight. Yeah, you guys are awesome. Yeah, Wolf gets the 50K Ignite automatic funded account. Let me get this rolling, guys. You know what? I'm gonna go even further on this one because I'm feeling generous and this is fun. Wolf, here's what I'm gonna do for you, my brother. Go ahead and trade this Ignite automatic funded 50K account. Please don't YOLO it. If you somehow lose this Ignite automatic funded account before you make it to a payout, I will give you another Ignite automatic funded account. Wolf, you won 2 today. You finally won. You've been patient. You've been here. I'm going to run it back for you. I'm not going to give you 2 up front. Trade the Ignite automatic funded 50K account. If you lose it, I'm going to make sure I double back and give you another one. That's my promise for Wolf. Wolf is an OG. He definitely deserves that. You got 2 shots to work yourself towards a payout. You're awesome, man. You gave me a bunch of crap on here, and it seemed like it was something working against you, but you finally win. I want to make it worth your while. That's the giveaway for Wolf today. Wolf wins 2. Nobody else yell at me. I promise you have not been here as long as Wolf, and you haven't been on these live streams as consistently and commenting as frequently as Wolf has. I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys. Anybody that contributes to the community, least I could do. I get support from these firms. I'm fixing to do more as we continue. I really am. I try to taper it and keep it kind of light so I could do it a lot, but I'm planning to do even more with you guys. So I said we're gonna run more duck races. We're gonna run even more. I'm having fun with you guys today. We're gonna run 2 more, okay, chat? These are gonna be for lesser prizes. Chill out. You still have opportunities to win. These 2, we're gonna run 2 back to back, are going to be for the Elite Challenge account. They're going to be for the smaller size Elite Challenge account from Top 1 Futures. I want to make sure that I'm actually saying the right name. And for the record, I give out more than, not that this is worth anything, I give out more than I'm supposed to give out. And a lot of the prizes that I do end up just from me sending people money because I can't physically give out more accounts that I'm allowed to give out. But these next 2 are going to be for the 25K Elite Challenge account, the one-step Elite Challenge account from Top 1 Futures. If you win, I'm going to personally reach out to you. Let's go ahead and run it back right here, right now. Here we go, guys. Here, you know what I'm going to do? Since not everybody hopped on, I'm going to run 1 before I open the form back up, and I'm going to let you guys more in. But I want to give it to the people that were on here first. Okay, I see you, Daily Tail. I'm going to let you into the next one. Round 1 for the 25K Elite Challenge account. I like to be really specific and repeat myself so you know what you're winning. The race is off. Let's run it. Now. Here's what we're doing. Form is going live. We're going to do something else fun today here, guys. Form is live again in the chat. If you missed it the first time, you can be part of the 3rd race, which you're only going to make it into 1, which is for another 25K Elite Challenge account. That's what we got going on here. So if you guys missed it on Kick, on Twitter, on YouTube, go ahead, get it filled out. I'll make sure I get you guys into the next one. But the goal is to be on here, random days, random times. I try to give it to the people that are on here. I leave it up for quite a while. But yeah, shout out Wolf for catching the W. He's getting the double win today. He deserves that one. Go Wolf. Let's see. Deserves it. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Hella W's. Matt, yeah, you guys are awesome. Everybody's always congratulating each other. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. After ages and ages of waiting and filling out the forms. The first time I won. Yeah, man. Yep. Honestly, I was starting to, I was like, dang, man. Oh, shit. Wolf, you're out front again. I didn't take you out of the race. Yo, if Wolf wins again, he gets another account. If he wins again, he gets another one. Maybe I'll run more, but he hit the stop loss on that one. That looked like you were about to win again, Wolf. If you won again, I'd give you another one. It's all good. All right, let's see. We got 20 seconds. Sharita R, the Panda Duck. We got Alexander H, Gabor P, David S down on the bottom, looking pretty strong. Kingpin, OYO, Walter R, looking very strong out of nowhere. Julie G, Luke. Another nail biter, Walter R, the winner of a 25K Elite Challenge account. Let me mark these down. So Wolf gets the 2X 50K. Again, one at a time, Wolf, one at a time. But I know you're not going anywhere, so. We got Walter. Walter R, you are the winner of a 25K Elite Challenge account. I'll hit you up after. If you're not in the Discord, you can hop in the Discord. All right. We're racing again. Now, hold on one second, guys. I got to adjust it because I said I was going to let all you guys in. All right. Get the form filled out. The form's live again. You guys can get this one filled out. Trade is still running. In profit, I might add. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe we just get that that W. We do hella giveaways. I don't know. We're fixing to find out. Forms live in the chat. Let me get this one fixed up. Hang tight. Chat. Chatty chat. Get a couple of you, more of you guys in. Remember, don't spam it. Only fill it out one time. You can only fill it out one time. Don't spam it. The only thing you'll do is make sure that you don't get any more entries in the future. All right. A couple more of you guys are making it in. Remember, guys, you got to give me an email. You got to at least give me an email because I'm going to have to try to find a way to hit you up. All right, let's go, guys. 60 seconds. 60 seconds, get the form filled out before we run another race. Let's see what we can do. Fun, though, man. You guys are awesome. I really enjoy running these. It's super fun with you guys. Love giving stuff out. I see you guys. Look, here we go. Kind words. Wolf, you're the man. You're the man, even though you troll sometimes. And I'm not a fan of trolls, but you're the man. You're the only one I tolerate. It's usually in good spirit. It's not that bad. Congrats, winners. I filled out the form twice. Okay, don't worry about that. I'll take a look. Walter, congrats, Walter. Please add my name. I'm late. Just filled the form out. The race is for a parking spot downtown. Do you send the emails to the winners if they miss the chat? Everybody, no, you don't need to do the form again. You don't need the form again. One time. I just opened it back up, so if you were late to the party, you could fill it out. One time. Go ahead, guys. Smash the like button. Smash subscribe if you're late. We got a ton of people on. We're running mad duck races. We're giving out a ton of accounts today. I don't know. We might just hang out and keep running them. You only fill it out one time. I got more people on here. Please don't fill it out more than one time. Don't spam it. If you accidentally did it, I'm going to make sure I take your name off. Let's go, guys. Last chance, 60 seconds, I said, to get this one filled out. Let's go. I see you guys still rolling in. You got last people, last chance. Let's go. And we are closing it down right now. I got to stop it at a certain point so I can run it. All right, guys. That's it. Wrapping it up. All right. Let's run it. Ducks are lined up. Let me just make sure that you guys didn't spam it real quick. I think you guys all played nice. You guys are awesome. We got a great community here. Usually nobody read. I filled it again. Okay, I'll double check. Hang on one second. So who filled it out twice? R-ball. Okay, hang on one second. I got you. I took you off for filling it out. I took one of the two off. Don't worry. Yeah, I got you guys. It's noticeable when someone spams it. Noticeable when someone spams it. Middle Rock, you filled it out again. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. See, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Are you on here once already? Yeah, because it's, you know, if you win, I take a look and see, I search your name, and if you filled it out twice, it's not cool. Thank you guys for letting me know if you filled it out twice. You don't need to do that. We run mad duck races. You'll probably win at some point. I did too, Rue. Thank you guys. If you filled it out more than once, please let me know. It was to open it up again to allow more people in. Hang on one second then. Let me clean it up. And we'll run it again. Thank you for letting me know if you filled it out more than one time. If you win, I'm gonna double check and then you just don't get it. All right. I think we're pretty good here. Let me just see what you guys are saying in chat. We're good. In the car parked outside. Let's see. Is that for the first time? Yeah, I'm watching price here. You know, still looking good to the downside. We got to come through these 85s. For those of you that don't know, I still have a trade running, even though we're completely distracted running duck races. I'm hanging on to this bad boy. I want to see this break and come lower. That's my play. But before that, we're gonna run some duck races. Let's go, guys. Let's go. You guys are in there. If you filled it out, you're in there. If you did it twice, then I'll just double check at the end. But I won't delay it. Thank you guys. All right, a lot of you guys did it twice. All right, I'm not gonna delay it anymore. If you filled it out twice and you win, I'm gonna run it again. Let me double check. Try, because that's not fun. I took a handful of you guys off that filled it out twice. I don't care. I don't care if I win. I just want to see something. All right, we're set. Let's get ready to run. Let's get ready to run the ducks. All right. Chat. Chatty chat chat. Oh, so chat. I appreciate you guys hopping on, man. I appreciate you guys having fun. Might catch a W while this is going on. Again, can I get rid of this banner? There we go. All right, ducks are in a line. Again, guys, we have some instant funded accounts. We have some Ignite. Ignite automatic funded accounts. This one is for an Elite Challenge account, 25K Elite Challenge account. We ran the big boy account already. We're running it back over and over and over again. This one is for a 25K Elite Challenge account from Top 1 Futures. I'll be reaching out to you after. Hop in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord already, you get heads up when we're running stuff like this. You get a chance to win. Here is the Discord link. 100% free. No VIP. No special live trading. No mentorship. No course. Free 99 across the board. And free duck races. All right, guys. Off we go. Good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. Let's see. It's an entry into. It's to get into Discord, Rhombus. I have a Whoop link for Discord, but I'm not selling anything on Whoop. It's so I prevent as many scammers as I possibly can by collecting emails on the way in. When I had an open Discord, the amount of scammers that I got for a free Discord, I still get them nonstop, was tremendous. And it was really not fun weeding them out and then getting, threatened and just it's not so fun. So I run it through Whoop or WAP, however you say it. But it's just an email and name, whatever it is. And if you're in a country that you can't get in through WAP or Whoop, whatever, I'll help you out. Just shoot me a message on socials or something. I'll give you a Discord link. It's not that serious. I don't care. I just try to prevent scammers and impersonators. They're relentless. All right. This is a pretty spread out pack. A lot of ducks have hit their stop loss. We got a lot of people that are not even on the screen. Up top, Boeing V, Rajeen B, Helena, Julie G, Stuart, LJ, Mehmet S, JB, Patrick K. We got a lot of the ducks. Let's see. Who's going to make the come from behind win, man? OYO coming out strong from the back. I'll try to call him out. Colby C coming out very strong up top. We got a pink spotted duck. He might have some kind of sickness that he's dealing with. We also have a clown duck coming out of nowhere up top. Mark B down on the bottom. He's hitting a stop loss. Sorry, Mark. I don't know how to pronounce the name all the way down the bottom, but the number 2 duck. Mohammed S, 12 seconds to go. Varun P looking strong again. LJ. Let's see. Who's coming out of nowhere? Who's that coming out of nowhere? John S out of nowhere. John S, the naked duck. Number 48, John S with the win. I see a couple people tag me. Yes, updated the list. Everybody was on there. Multiple more ducks. Congrats to John S. Let me see who this is because I never know who you guys are. All right. Hang on. The non-stop quacking from the ducks. Hang on. As we get a reversion here, we'll have to see. Hang on. Let's see who we got. John, who is this? Who's catching the W today? Oh, it's another OG. The new old one. What's up, dude? Oh, we got another OG winner here. Congratulations, John. My man. W's in the chat. It's awesome, man. We got a lot of OGs winning here. Congrats. W's in the chat. Another Elite Challenge account. Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome. Zach, yeah, you guys got first and second. Man, close. Listen, guys, we ran multiple duck races today. If you didn't win today, hop on. These are fun. I have a lot of fun doing them, if you can't tell by my face and my genuine childish enthusiasm around running stupid duck races. I think they're fun, right? And I used to love to those ducks on tilt. Wait. Oh, let those ducks talk. Rigged. Yeah, no, not rigged. Definitely not rigged. As Wolf, definitely not rigged. Listen, guys, if you didn't win today, you got a chance to win next week. Like, subscribe, follow, wherever you're at. I'll be streaming live next week. We got giveaways coming more and more frequently, if today wasn't an indication of that. On this trade, before you go anywhere, since we actually have a live trade running, I'm going to let this bad boy run. I'm going to show you this on ES. I'm looking for a movement. You hop out onto the 15-minute. I'm going to let this bad boy run. We come all the way back through. Maybe we just chop. Maybe this is all we're going to do. Wick lower. We got close to those 85s. We couldn't take them out. I'm letting this bad boy run. We have a continuing to decline CVD, cumulative volume delta. I like that for the trade. We got levels down below. I'm looking for a push down around that 75 level, down around that overnight low, right? I want to see us come outside of this area of high volume, head back down towards this low that we put in. I don't know that I hold on to it for a huge home run. I think it could be, but I'm looking for this trade to come lower. Again, I'm showing you this on ES because I don't have MES marked up. That's what I'm looking for. I think we could have some problems if we get down to this low. We could find buyers here and dip back up, but I'm hanging on to it. You guys will know if we just run the lows that we caught a W here. If I do anything else trade management-wise, I will try to let you know in Discord. Try to keep you guys updated. If you guys want to check out one of the accounts that we were giving away, one of the types of accounts, because we gave away a couple of different types, feel free. Link is in the chat. Code RDF gets you the best deal from Top 1 Futures. These are the lowest cost industry-wide, not just with Top 1, out there, instant funded accounts. No challenge, no activation fee. Check them out. I think they're a solid opportunity for some, right? Maybe you want the standard instant funded. You want a wider rule set. You want to work yourself towards larger payouts, a live account, all that fun stuff. As always, guys, appreciate you hopping on. Here's the message I'm going to leave you with today because this was super fun. Really, really fun. I'm grateful for all you guys. I really am. I'm grateful that we have such an awesome community, that everybody is so collaborative and positive, because I think there's so much negativity out there, man. And it's part of it. We don't live in a bubble. It's not all roses and rainbows where everyone's going to be patting each other on the back. I get that, man. But I'm grateful to have so many people together that are not just in it for themselves, but happy to be part of my journey, to share their own journey, and to try to make progress in this ridiculous thing that we call trading. So I'm grateful for every last one of you guys. I would encourage you to take some time to get the heck outside this week. maybe put your phone down for a minute, maybe get off the charts just for a little bit, regroup, reset, spend some time with family, go outside, go on a run, do a sport, do a hobby, whatever you love to do, go on a walk, be with your friends. If you don't have friends, pets, if you don't have pets or friends or family, go be with nature, go touch some grass, go to church, pray, don't if you don't want to do that, whatever you want to do. But spend some time off the charts, off the internet to reset. Maybe come back Sunday, get some review done, take a look at your trading week, take a look at your trading over the last few weeks, few months, see where you can improve. What's going well? What can you do a little bit more of to improve? What's not going so well? How can you do a little bit less of that? That's what I plan to do this week. I plan to go on a 20-mile run tomorrow to finish out like a 65-mile week, one of my largest weeks as I'm training for the Chicago Marathon in October. I plan to try to find my way to church. If I don't make it to a mass, I'm going to try to go outside of a church and pray. It's what I like to do. Talk to God somehow and pray for peace in this world. Talk to my family. Spend some time with my wife. Hang out outside. Enjoy some fruits of my labor. Relax a little bit. Work on some house projects. That's my brain dump for you guys. I'm happy to be transparent about that. And then on Sunday, for sure, get some review, get some content filmed, yap about trading all over the internet the way that I do, and try to come back strong. Coming into the roll. It is coming into rollover. Sorry, last thought. I'll talk about this in Discord since I really didn't talk about it here. Coming into rollover. So I'd be really cautious coming into Monday. We are coming into contract rollover here in the U.S. indices. But anyway, guys, appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here. Awesome chat today. You guys are super fun. Have a good weekend all. No strangers, just friends here. Thanks, Zach. Awesome. Back to the hotel. See you on Discord. Trade my honey off. Spend some time. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Winning next time. Yeah. Yep. My duck sank. FOMC next week. Yep. Let's be cautious of that. Quick disclaimer for you guys. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Appreciate you guys being here. Talk to you in Discord. One more time, the link is below this video. It's in my profile. If you click on my profile, realdealfutures.com, you got the link to get in everywhere. Hope to see you in Discord. Hope to talk to you soon. Have an awesome weekend, guys.